North Carolina joined Texas and Illinois in having some of the most gerrymandered maps in the United States. Redistricting in the Tar Heel state has left Democrats saying that the new maps give Republicans a wild advantage. The grim prospects for Democrats in the upcoming midterms have many incumbents in Congress declining to seek re-election, creating space for a new crop of candidates to pursue the open seats. Former state representative and most recently a contender for U.S. Senate, U.S. Senator Richard Burr's Senate seat in North Carolina, Aisha Smith, made a late-game decision in November to end her bid for Senate and run instead for outgoing Congressman G.K. Butterfield's congressional post. Hoping to curb corporate profits, implement universal health care, boost minimum wage, and champion the policies that benefit working-class Americans, Smith is packing a progressive agenda that she hopes to take all the way to Washington. And I am so happy to have her here on the show with us tonight, candidate for North Carolina's 2nd Congressional District, Aisha Smith. Aisha, welcome to Amplified. I want to first start off by, talking about why did you switch your run for North Carolina's open Senate seat to outgoing Congressman G.K. Butterfield's open seat in the House?
That's a great question. First, let me say hello, Aisha. I'm glad to be here on Amplified. When I was a little girl growing up in Northampton County, my family had to navigate growing up in the rural South, the challenges of being in the rural South, and also working hard to hold on to our family farm. This community was there for me. When I had to relocate after being an engineer for 13 years, and I relocated back to North Carolina after my divorce to raise my sons in a beautiful community and to also help my mom with taking care of my father who had gotten sick, this community was here for me. When my son died at 5 years old, this community was there for me in some of the hardest days of my life. And now my community is being attacked with a racial gerrymander. They're being attacked of Republicans trying to rob us of our voice, trying to rob us of representation. This seat has been held by a Democrat since 1882. And this community is having to fight against corporations hollowing out our communities and polluting our air and rural hospitals closing. So after my Congressman G.K. Butterfield announced that he would be retiring and that he would step down, I knew that someone had to step up. I knew someone had to step up who knew this community and this community knew them. And so I am going to be there in Washington, D.C. for this community because this community has always been there for me.
So I don't want to mischaracterize you, but from the outside looking in, I would say that you're running a pretty progressive campaign. So I'd love for you to share with us some of the issues that you've built your platform around and how you think the people in the 2nd District would benefit them. And I want to caveat that by saying I tee it up as, to me on the outside, it looks like a progressive campaign because there are some things that feel different maybe than what a G.K. Butterfield would have proposed. So share with us your vision and how you think it's landing there.
It could be labeled a progressive campaign. It's about making progress for rural North Carolina that has been left behind. I'm fighting and running on a rural New Deal that includes universal broadband, so that small businesses can expand, so that students will have access to the internet, so that workers can work at home and be able to work for some of the largest corporations in this nation. I'm fighting for a rural New Deal that has universal health care and high quality care at that. Fighting for legalizing cannabis, banning the box, ending cash bail. And so for me, it's a survivor's agenda. It's about respecting the dignity of work and raising the federal minimum wage.
So you ran 2020 Democratic Senate primary and lost in that primary, and you attributed that loss to Washington throwing its weight behind establishment-type candidates, and those candidates, that candidate then went on to be defeated by, Republican in the general election. So what notes do you hope that the party actually takes from that? And should they be taking more progressive candidates seriously?
I believe that the party should. 2020 was very devastating for North Carolina. Had we won that seat, we would not be dealing with a lot of the nonsense that we're dealing with in the U.S. Senate now. And so the challenge for us is to understand that we have to dispel the cookie cutter notion of a candidate particularly in the South. There is a new face of electability in the South. We look at Stacey Abrams in Georgia. We look at Andrew Gillum in Florida. We look at the power of the 5 Black women with the New Georgia Project who organized voters. And so I'm the type of candidate, I may not be the establishment candidate, but I'm definitely the constituents candidate because I prioritize people over profits and I fight for communities instead of corporations. I'm fighting for a government that works for all of us. And so I am excited that I am a candidate who grew up in this district on my family's farm, harvesting corn, cucumbers, soybeans. I've worked very hard. I have a tremendous service record for 20 years now, serving this district in the state senate, on the school board, and fighting for this community. I will be no different in Washington, D.C.
So let's talk about some money, because this whole divide, when we say, for those who are watching and feel like it's a little inside baseball, when we say establishment candidate versus, you know, kind of a outside voice or more progressive, oftentimes these decisions when the national party gets heavy-handed and weighs in on local races have to do with an assessment around money and who can raise money, and viability in these races is considered who can raise money. So campaigns are expensive, and according to Open Secrets, you've actually raised just under $400,000 for the 2022 cycle thus far. So talk to us about your fundraising and how you're bringing in the money.
It's actually more than that, but it's going into the end of the year.
All right.
I'm excited.
Set the record straight here. Yeah.
Of the race that we run. But first, Aisha, let me deal with the premise of your question. Too many times we give deference to those making decisions about electability, and based on who can raise money, those people don't look like us. They are not Black women. We know that Black women earn the least on the dollar. We earn 62 cents on the dollar of a white male. And we look at, many times we don't have the networks or the net worth. But I know that there is a powerful monetary, non-monetary component that we carry, and that is the ability to represent our districts and offer strong leadership that serves everyone, regardless of their zip code. So I am excited about what we have raised in this race. Despite having to run against 2 establishment candidates, we held our own. We're very proud of the number that we hit, and we had a great last quarter, and so excited to be reporting those at the end of the month. But more than having the money, we have the skills, we have the organization, we have traveled all 100 counties, including the 17 counties in the new 2nd Congressional District. And let me add, when I did run for U.S. Senate in 2020, while I did not win the Democratic primary, I won the NCO2 district. And I've outperformed Democrats in this district across the ballot consistently, and winning in racially gerrymandered and partisan gerrymandered districts.
Let's talk about that, because about this new 2nd district. These are uncertain times for Democrats. Biden's popularity is floundering with voters. Americans are bogged down with the highest inflation rates that we've ever seen in 40 years. We're still dealing with COVID. And then there is redistricting, like you said. North Carolina's 1st district used to be majority Black, but the new map split the district up. Part of it went to the 2nd district, which you're now hoping to represent, which is now only 20% Black. Should you win the Democratic primary, how do you intend on dealing with this gerrymandered headwind?
I will deal with the gerrymandered headwind as I've always done. When I was in the state Senate, I was the only Democrat who was double bunked, drawn into the same district as a Republican in 2018. My platform appeals to Black, white, and brown rural North Carolinians because I know this district. I know the issues that we care about: holding on to our family farms, clean air, clean water, sustainable agriculture, having equity and fairness in our laws, but also in our economy, an economy that works for all of us. And so this is a gerrymandered district. Republicans drew nearly 100,000 Black voters out of the district, and they think that this is their year. But as I've said before, I've won off of racially gerrymandered districts. I have built a broad, diverse working class coalition that supersedes this divisive partisanship. And they just want someone who's going to be their voice and values in Washington, D.C. And there is no one better suited to do that than I am. And I have proven that time and time again.
Erica Smith, congressional candidate in North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on Amplified. We will follow your race, and good luck to you.